everybody, I'm Gertrude, and I'm going to be your host for church school today. How are you all doing? Just kidding. Did you recognize me? It's me, Gracia. Today we're going to be talking about a story in the Bible about where the disciples did not recognize Jesus right away. So I have a question for you. How do you recognize people? How do you know that I am who I am or your mom is who they are? You know it by how they look, what their voice sounds like, how they smile, what their eyes look like, right? There's all kinds of different things that help us recognize different people in our lives. So today we're going to be reading a story out of the Spark Storybook Bible. And this story is called The Road to Emmaus. 3 days after Jesus died, Cleopas and his friend were slowly walking down the road to Emmaus. They were walking slowly because they felt very sad. Why did Jesus have to die, they wondered. After a while, a stranger began to walk along with them. The stranger was really Jesus, but Cleopas and his friend did not know it. "What are they talking about?" the stranger asked. The men looked at each other. "Are you the only person in town who doesn't know what just happened?" they asked. They told the stranger what had happened to Jesus. "Jesus was a great teacher," Cleopas said. "We hoped he was the one God promised would save the world, but instead he died on a cross. We took Jesus' body down and put it in a tomb. This morning, our friends went to the tomb, but Jesus' body was gone. They said there was an angel there instead. The angel told our friends, 'Jesus is alive, but—'" "Stop being silly," the stranger said. "How many times do you need to hear this? It was God's plan for Jesus to die and become alive again to save the world." Here's the picture. By now they were almost to Emmaus. Cleopas invited the stranger to stay for dinner. During dinner, the stranger picked up a loaf of bread, broke it, blessed it, and gave each man a piece. All of a sudden, Cleopas and his friend recognized the stranger. It was Jesus. But then Jesus disappeared. Cleopas and his friend jumped up, ran from the room, and went to tell the rest of the disciples that Jesus really was alive. God kept another promise. And one question we have is, if you saw Jesus walking down the road, who would you tell? And what would you say? So today, our challenge for the week is I want you to be on the lookout for God sightings. I want you to be on the lookout for all the ways you see God at work in this world, through nature and through other people, and all the ways that he shows his love for you. And isn't it great that we can know that even if we don't recognize it or see it, Jesus is alive and he loves us and is always with us, even when we don't recognize him. So we are going to close in prayer, and we're going to be using some different voices in our prayer. So I want you to repeat after me, and you can use, like if I whisper, I invite you to whisper as well. So here we go. Jesus, we are so glad you hear us and recognize us. No matter who we pretend to be, help us recognize you. And all God's people said, Amen.